Okay, my name is Lata Mistry, and I am a high school biology and biotech teacher at Amador Valley High School.
So, Miss Mistry, which college did you go to?
I went to San Jose State.
For what degree?
I have a degree in biology, and then I got my teaching credential in life science from there.
So, how did college specifically kind of affect how you used your money compared to before?
How did college affect how I use my money?
Yeah, like how you how you started like managing your money like differently or anything.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was fortunate because I lived at home for the first 5 years, and then my last year of college I moved out, and I had to live on a very, very small budget. I got a couple grants, so I learned how to not spend so much money going out. I didn't really do any shopping for myself. I didn't drink because drinking is very expensive. And I just watched mostly food, because that's really what costs the most money.
So, did you have student loans when you were in college?
I did. I had a student loan only my last year of school, and it wasn't very much because I purposefully picked a cheap place to live. I had roommates who we all paid very little for where we lived. So my last year of school, I had $5,000 in loans, but I paid those back after my very first year of my teaching job.
Oh, so like what type of like student loan did you take?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure what they're called. I mean, back then it was just from the government. I don't know.
So, in your opinion, how were student loans different today compared to before?
I think there was more money available when I was going to school 20 years ago than there is today. I think because back then it was more available, it was easier to get them, and they were not as strict about paying things back. I think today it's a little bit more difficult to get the loan, and then they are more strict on how fast you pay it back.
So how did you personally pay off your loans? Was there like a certain method that you used?
Yeah, I just made goals for myself. I got my teaching job right after I graduated, and so I started working 3 months after I finished college, and I just made a goal each month to save at least $500. I saved more than that, and I just made sure I didn't use that money, and I put it right into my loan.
So since you didn't have a lot of student loans, what was like kind of your like initial like reaction when you suddenly just got like that loan and like suddenly you had to like pay it all off?
My parents were very. My dad taught me a lot about money, and so I didn't stress about having a loan. I knew that I was going to have a job that could help me pay for it, and I already knew how to manage my money. I'd done that even before I got into college. I knew how to manage my money. So it wasn't that difficult. I didn't feel stressed. I knew I could pay it off, especially because I had a good teaching job.
So if you had like one piece of advice that you could give to like students today that are getting into college, what would it be?
You're going to need loans. Most people need loans. But if you can try and avoid using all of the money, that would be your best bet. If you can skim a little bit on how much you eat, skim a little bit on like your needs in terms of clothing and extracurricular stuff, try to do that. It's hard when you get out of college to save money because you have all these other expenses. So while you're in college, if you can find ways to get around spending money, try to do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.